There's a lot of national attention right now on what is called a skills gap. And I will tell you that on one hand, it's obvious that the country has extremely high, stubbornly high unemployment rates. On the other hand, we've got employers that tell us every single day that they cannot find enough workers to fill high demand occupations. And so how do you reconcile these two things? The only reconciliation, of course, is the fact that the people who are unemployed simply don't have the skills necessary to fill the jobs that are needed by employers. And so Victory Tech endeavors to solve that problem, solve the problem of the skills gap.
Skills gap is probably the most significant issue that our country faces today. And what that means is we have almost 9 million people that are out of work, and yet we still have employers who are hiring. We have, in some cases, 50% of the employees in certain technical jobs that are about to retire in the next couple of years. That's a huge skills gap. These unemployed workers cannot fill the jobs that are needed because we do have jobs. What we do at Victory Tech is aim directly at the skills that are in that gap and train to those skills, so we create a pathway to work for everyone.
STEM fields are very relevant for employers. They cannot find enough well-trained job applicants for the STEM-related fields that they have. And so they need more applicants who are well-trained in STEM fields. For the job seekers, if they see themselves in a STEM-related career, they need to get the education that prepares them adequately to go knock on doors and get and apply for STEM-related jobs. If I could make one change to education, it would be that education is not just a body of knowledge that you then have to translate into a career of choice. Education is providing you the skills that you want for the job that you eventually want. So instead of heading off in some tangent direction, education should be well focused and starting at the beginning of the education process.
The concept of an advanced technical institute is new for our area here. There are a few other schools that are beginning to take this on. And what that really means is that we have higher standards than a typical trade or technical school. We're different from colleges and community colleges in that we're entirely focused on the sciences, on technology, engineering, and math. And we also have higher quality education overall. But I think the biggest part about being an advanced technical institute is that we are entirely focused on job outcomes. We train to jobs, we fit to jobs, we test to jobs, we recruit for people that want to do specific jobs, and we rapidly change and advance and shift our curriculum to meet the needs of employers.
At Victory Tech, we actually combined enrollment and job screening processes together. We do this through assessments. We have assessments that are geared towards testing the level and understanding of reading, comprehension, math skills, and applied sciences. With these, we know where students stand. We will be able to recognize gaps in skill sets and job requirements. With that, we can use that tool for our admissions process.
Our military has been involved in the longest war in our country's history. And certainly this has taken its toll on our military troops and on their families. I would argue that professionally, military people are better off now because of that. Where else are you going to be able to recreate the stresses of war in a civilian setting? I will tell you that people come back from war and they've got unbelievable skills. They are battle tested, literally. And that's an overused term in this country. These troops are battle tested by any standard. The type of stress that they're going to encounter in a civilian job is a cakewalk.
Our model is fairly simple. It's about recruit, test, and train. We built it to successfully help military transition from jobs that really didn't relate that well, at least we thought, to civilian jobs. What we find when you really test people around science, technology, engineering, math, those kinds of concepts, that you can boil a job down to a core competency, that you can test for those core competencies, you can figure out the gaps, and then you can train people to fill those gaps, and it makes for a much smoother, rapid, and richer learning experience.
Employers need Victory Tech because right now the educational needs of employers are not being met. Community colleges, universities, labor unions all do a fantastic job. But Victory Tech is focused solely on one thing. We develop curriculums based on high demand occupations that employers that we talk to every day say that they need. That's it. We are not tethered to grants. We are not tethered to having our professors be published. We are not married to a specific academic discipline. We are not looking for awards in academia. We are focused on one thing and one thing only: giving employers exactly what they need. And that is based on high demand occupations that they tell us we have. Most places, most educational institutions, the Career Opportunity Center is an afterthought. With us, it's the first thought. That's where we develop our curriculums. That is our purpose. So that's where we start.
At Victory Tech, we have a path to a job for every student.